Solar energy systems. We talk about thermal systems and we talk about photovoltaic systems. And they are what they are. Thermal systems are generally for heating. And the photovoltaic systems generate electricity. The one we're really concerned with is that one, the photovoltaic. The thermal ones are generally not too much of a problem. The ones that are going to be making electricity. They make electricity to provide for the homeowner, and they make electricity that can be sold back to the power company. The big thing to remember is they're almost always energized, the solar panels. Even if you've shut down all the switches, you've got to concern yourself with the fact that there's still power in those photocells. So you want to be careful if you're doing any type of roof operations or anything. Be careful where you walk. Remember that they're energized. You can be electrocuted. You can throw a lot of switches off, and sometimes they look like they're going to kill them all. Freddie told me tonight he's got a system where they say that they're off. I don't know how that drains them. So my line is, think about that they're always charged with electricity. All right, that's a big concern. And think about where they are. They're in places you don't think they are. You know, I mentioned, was it last week? The roof of a Stop and Shop is covered with them. Lots of stores and markets are putting their own units in on a flat roof. You can't see them from the street, but they're up there. You know, so you have to be alert to that. Residentials are putting them in more and more. Certain basic safety precautions should be taken into account by all firefighters on the fire ground. Determine the presence of a photovoltaic system is key to preventing fire ground injuries. The following 6 points of safe operation are offered for firefighters. In the daytime, always danger. At nighttime, they're less of a hazard, but they're still energized with residual power that's in them. Okay, they have to activate from the sun. Inform the incident commander that a PV system is present. Secure the main electrical does not shut down the PV modules. At night, apparatus mounted scene lighting may produce enough light to generate an electrical hazard in the system. Cover all PV modules with 100% light blocking materials to stop electrical generation. And I don't recommend we do any of that. And the other side to that is, when I spoke with Craig's dad, Gary Bassett, who tonight is doing a presentation down in Beacon on that system, and Tivoli is going to do something soon, and I spoke with the chief, and I spoke with Gary Bassett this evening, or late this afternoon. He's going to do a program for them, and he's going to try and tie it in. I got to get back to Sandy Williams. Bill, you're part of that. Are you part of the committee, or no? No, okay. And maybe open it up to the whole Northern Dutchess Training Association, so the people can go up to Tivoli and sit through this, so they can understand better about these photovoltaic systems, because they're becoming more and more pronounced in the area as more and more people hook them up to their homes. And as I say, they're hidden in commercial establishments because they're up on the roof. And then municipal government has, we got them right out here, over there, in that direction, right? Almost everyone's put them in. Rhinebeck Firehouse, we have them up on the roof across the street over in the town hall. They're out back there and on the roof too. I think your recycle center has them here in Red Hook too. So they're there. They're not going to go away. So just remember, use caution. Do not break, remove, or walk on PV modules. Stay away from modules, components, and conduit. They had a big fire at the Dietz and Watson meatpacking plant out in South Jersey last Labor Day, I believe it was. The building was destroyed. Huge commercial building. One of the reasons they had difficulty in fighting the fire was the entire roof. And I'm talking about a building that was more than 100,000 square feet, was covered with photovoltaic panels. So they couldn't direct streams. They put streams and they were being blocked, okay? A photovoltaic array will always generate electricity when the sun shines. These units do not turn off like conventional electrical equipment. Firefighters on the fire ground should always treat all wiring and components as energized. And the other thing is, when I spoke with Gary, they don't. It's not like you know, we got an electrical problem. We call the dispatch and tell them to send Central Hudson. There is no. You know what I mean? Like there's nobody going to come. the homeowner is going to have to get a hold of the people who installed it or somebody that services it or whatever. And it's not like it's going to be an emergency response or anything. Breaking or compromise a photovoltaic module is extremely dangerous and could immediately release all of the electrical energy in the system. Without light, photovoltaic panels do not generate electricity, and thus nighttime operations provide less of a hazard. Emergency scene lighting during a nighttime fire ground, we said, may energize the systems. In summary, there are several fundamental points of consideration for firefighters and incident commanders when handling any building fire equipped with a solar power system. Identify the existence of a solar power system, locate the roof panels, clarify electrical disconnects, obtain system information. Identify the type of solar system, thermal system is it, or is it a photovoltaic system? Isolate and shut down as much of the system as possible. Lock out and tag out all electrical disconnects. Isolate the photovoltaic system at the inverter using reliable methods. Work around all solar power system components is the easiest thing. Work around them. Don't get involved with them. And sometimes, don't think that, as it said, that because you threw the switch, because it has something to do with that, that you have de-energized the system. Always think the system is energized. Got it? Because for the most part, it is.
A lot of those are connected to battery packs also, right?
Some of them, not all of them, but yes, some of them are.
But even if they're not connected to battery packs, they're still energized, whether it's
Yes.
day or night.
Yeah.
Day is worse, but night.
Yeah. Right. Some of them they power up the batteries, the storage system, and everything else. Yeah. But they're still, the panels are still energized. You know. Salvage covers can block sunlight, but that's not going to take care of it. I wouldn't get all components are always hot. That's the most critical message. Operate normally, but don't touch. Fire service personnel should follow their normal tactics and strategies at structure fires involving solar power systems, but do so with awareness and understanding of exposure to the energized electrical equipment, which is the solar panels. Other than that, it's coming right through the wiring like any other electric would. Emergency response personnel should operate normally and approach the subject area with awareness, caution, and understanding to assure that conditions are maintained as safely as possible. Size up, identify and validate the hazard. Okay, make sure that you identify the solar system. It's important to distinguish between a solar system and a thermal system. We hit that. We don't have to do that. Tactical approach to solar power equipment in a building with a structure fire needs to be stressed with all fire personnel. Stay clear of that. Serious injury can occur. Of paramount concern are large commercial photovoltaic systems that generate significant levels of electricity and create daunting strategic challenges for firefighters as they are trying to address a building fire. They're trying to run most of that building there at Stop and Shop on the electric power. Leave the scene in a safe condition. Emergency response personnel address and mitigate any hazards. Turn the scene back over to the owners and their occupants after the scene is stabilized. They need to be aware of unanticipated dangers and leave the scene in a safe condition. Okay, anything damaged during a nighttime fire which once exposed to sunlight begins to generate electricity and creates a shock hazard or rekindling of the fire. Okay, if it's been able to be de-energized. Okay, that was fast, huh? Good.